43% of what we do every single day is performed out of habit. Now, it takes an average of 18 to 250 days for someone to create a new habit, and on average 66 days for those behaviors to become automatic. Now, for me, I'm on about day 30 of trying to make one of those things a new habit, because quite frankly, I need help. I find myself having trouble focusing. When there's so many things that need to get done, I'd just rather do none of them instead of doing any of them. And that's the problem. And you know, this is something that's been going on my whole life. Through high school, college, didn't even graduate, to right through to today, right now. But it has to change because it's starting to affect me in negative ways. So I've always been a fan of pen and paper and stationery and notebooks and things like that. I've just never been a fan of actually using them. I like the idea behind writing things down, keeping a journal, having a notebook. That sounds great, but actually doing it, zero chance. I will never sit down and do that. I've got too much coffee running through my veins. I've got too many ideas to possibly sit down and quietly collect these thoughts into a list and write them down on paper with a nice pen and highlight them, and that is not me. But then it all changed when I saw an Instagram post from a friend of mine, John.
So I posted a picture of my notebook and my Saga pen on Instagram the other day. Pete DM'd me right away. He said, "So what do you actually use it for?" I write my 8 critical tasks every day, and as I do them, I cross them off. As of today, I'm on day 94 consecutively of doing all my 8 tasks every single day. And they got to be like critical things that get me forward in life, or, you know, important things I got to do for work or personal or home or whatever.
So right off the start, some benefits of using a notebook and actually writing something down to try to make sense of your thoughts or your list or your day is going to, 1, give you 4 times the idea generation. Something about actually holding a pen and writing down on paper that gets things firing in a different way that makes you more creative. So why wouldn't you take that advantage?
Because the second you take out your phone, you're like, ooh, look at all these messages. Ooh, Instagram's right there. Ooh, distraction. This is my important stuff. This puts power in my list. Yeah, just the act of sitting down, clearing your brain, and physically writing something down gives it value. And crossing it off too gives you that mental win of like, yes, yes, yes.
The next thing is you're more than 3 times likely to avoid distraction. Just like John says, if I pull out my phone, I'm gonna check my messages, I'm gonna get a phone call, I'm gonna check my voicemail, I'm gonna hop on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, check stats, analytics. I will do everything but what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm like, okay, I got 2 important things left to do today. I'm gonna get this done no matter what, because my day 94 is gonna be day 100. It's gonna be day 200. I've gotten to day 100 about twice. This will be my 3rd time, and then I always mess it up with something stupid. So last time I messed up at 105. I don't normally write a bedtime, but I was like, tonight I gotta go to bed at midnight. And I didn't. It was like 1:30. You know, you gotta own up to your mistakes. You gotta be like, dang it, I lost.
100 days gone.
Yep.
Lastly, you've got 13% better retention. So if you are physically writing something down, you will retain that information, that list, that goal, that to-do, whatever it is, will stick in your head longer than if you were to just type it.
Today list is mostly, like, I knew you were coming, so I'd be distracted for the day, but I got some critical things. Test Rask lock inserts, inspect the blade fixture, because we're having a little bit of a blade problem, test pallet management code, and then I still got 3 spots empty that, you know, it's 4 o'clock right now. I still gotta find 3 important things to do for the rest of the day. I don't always fill out the whole list at one go, because 8 things is surprisingly a lot of things, both to come up with and to do on a daily, everyday basis.
So taking all of these things and wrapping them into a new habit to form every day, making lists and scratching off those to-do things, those 8 critical tasks, getting those mental wins, having the satisfaction of striking that thing on that to-do list, those things have been helping me massively.
Yeah, I got the idea from Andy Frisella, who created the 75 Hard program, which I've been doing now for over 800 days, almost straight. And one of them is, he's got this 5 critical tasks thing, and then one of the sections of 75 Hard is like, make it 8 things. So I just kind of kept it at 8, like forever. But the idea being those 5 critical tasks are like, will get you forward in life, get you where you need to be in life, where you want to be. Here at Crimson Knives, one of the things we do is we make these beautiful Saga pens. So one of the other things on my list is make sure Pete goes home with his new pen.
Like I want to make sure I'm always doing things for the right reasons. So I think if you have passion to start with, it's fun.
and that
Okay.
brings you happiness, and that ultimately makes you money.
Yeah.
But if you start with money, it stresses you out, it's no fun, and then you have no passion for it.
What do you actually write in a journal? So for me, I'm using it as a to-do list, things I have to do for the day. So first on this list is compile all legacy presets and zip files and send to my friend for the new website that's launching with new presets. Second is finish this notebook video, what I'm doing now. 3 is shoot, can't tell you. 4 is pick up ownership from Howard. 5 is podcast with person at 4 p.m. And 6 is shoot Squarespace ad. Well, I guess we should just shoot that now so I can cross an item off the list. This video is brought to you by Squarespace, which is easy to use. They've got award-winning templates. It's an all-in-one platform. You can have podcasts on your site. You can make it an online store. You can have a photo and video gallery for your portfolio. And if you go to squarespace.com/McKinnon, you can save 10% off your first purchase. I'm relaunching my site soon. PeterMcKinnon.com. So stay tuned. You'll see an all-new template that was very easy to use, that looks beautiful, featuring photography and things for sale. It's a great use case. It really is. Thanks, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video. Squarespace ad, and cross that off my list. And once you cross one thing off, you want to cross them all off, and it just becomes like a personal game against yourself that you want to see if you can complete every single day. To-do list hot tip, don't make super specific items. Bite size and manageable. For instance, I didn't follow my own rules here, but number 2 is finish notebook video. I should have just said shoot the intro for notebook or make progress on notebook video. Sometimes that daunting task, that entirety of finish the notebook video, depending on what you got going on that day, could be just a little overwhelming for you. And if you make that more bite-sized, move the notebook video along and help it get it closer to the finish line in some capacity. That is a win. You scratch it off and you made progress. So I think it's making these things realistic. I got a whole mind map for a video that I'm shooting Thursday, straight up storyboarded. That doesn't happen often. Sometimes it's just thoughts. Like this page literally says, I want to sell the studio and everything inside it. And then underneath it, it says, update. I changed my mind the next day, LOL. And sometimes it's just funny going back and seeing where you were focused on, what was to what is now. I'm finding it massively helpful. I am 30 days into this experiment using a notebook every single day, and I can promise that it has improved my productivity tenfold. It's making me want to do the things that I would otherwise sweep under the rug and put off until tomorrow, which turns into tomorrow, which turns into the next week and the next week and the next week. And before you know it, you're stressed out and anxious because you have so many things piled up that you just can't keep track of. Starting somewhere is better than not starting at all. And that principle kind of applies itself to everything in life. So as simple as writing something down on paper can actually transform the way you operate day to day in your personal life and your business. And yes, I'm getting full use of my hand back. Very, very excited. I haven't played pool in months, but I'm finally starting to bend this hand again. Look at that. I want to see if I can do this. We'll consider it a work in progress.